Welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this logarithmic equation. So right here, we have log of base x, 7, equals log of base 7, x. And the first thing we notice is that, first of all, both of these bases here, x and 7, these two are different. And also, we also notice that these two are flipped. As you can see, for this one, we have base x with 7, and for this one, we have base 7 with x. So they're just simply flipped. And whenever we're solving logarithmic equations, we always want the bases to be the same. So we need to change one of these so that it makes the same base as the other one. So let's change log base x of 7 for the base to be 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to use what is known as the change of base formula. And it states that if we have log b base b of a, we could write this as log base c of a over log base c of b. And c can actually be any coefficient as long as c is greater than 0 and c is not equal to 1. So in this case, to simplify this, I'm going to make c equal a. So if c is equal to a, we get that log a base a of a over log base a of b. Now, if we have something like this, then this is actually equal to 1. Because let's say we have log 2 of 2, base 2 of 2, right? Then this is the same thing as saying 2 to the power of what equals 2. And 2 to the power of 1 has to equal itself because it's essentially asking what to the power, or a number to the power of what equals itself. And the only answer for this is 1. So that means that log base a of a, this has to equal 1. So this is also equal to 1 over log base a of b. So now that we've converted this, now we know that this is simply equal to 1 over log base 7 of x. So now, as you can see, both of these have the same base. So now this is still equal to log 7, base 7 of x. And now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by log base 7 of x on both sides. So this cancels out, and then we're left with 1 equals log base 7 x squared. Now, to get rid of the squared, what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of both sides. So we're left with the square root of 1, actually plus or minus the square root of 1. Remember, we got to include the plus or minus, equals the square root of log base 7 x squared. Now, the square root of 1 is simply 1. So we have plus or minus 1 equals, well, the square root of log base 7x squared is simply just log base 7x. So we have log base 7x. And now, remember, let's say we have log base a of b equals c, right? Then this is the same thing as saying a to the power of c equals b. And this is an important property of logarithms, which you have to know to solve logarithmic equations. So using that, well, this is equal to 7 to the power of 1 equals x, or 7 to the power of -1 equals x, because this is plus or minus, so this gets us two equations. Now, 7 to the power of 1 is simply 7, so one solution that we have is x equals 7, and another solution is 7 to the power of -1 is 1/7, 1 over 7. So we have 1 over 7, x equals 1 over 7. So this is another solution. So x equals 7 and x equals 1/7 are our two solutions to this logarithm.